Hello and good morning friends, welcome once again to the CEC-UGC live lecture. Dear friends, as you know that in our one of the previous sessions we talked on color design as a part of graphics and print production series. We discussed about the colors. Dear friends, continuing this lecture further, we today are going to talk on color schemes. What are color schemes? For this we have again with us in our studios Professor N.N. Sarkar. I would like to tell you all that Professor Sarkar is a retired professor from IIMC. He has a huge academic experience as well as huge industrial experience too. So I believe that he is the right person to talk on the color schemes, which I said is a part of our series on graphics and print production. So dear friends, without wasting time, I would like to welcome our guest Professor N.N. Sarkar. Hello sir, welcome to the EduSet lecture.
Thank you Geetika, and welcome viewer again. This is the continuation of the last lecture, that is color in design. In last lectures we have discussed about the various physical structure of color, how the colors are viewed, and how the colors are responded to. Today we are discussing the color scheme. Occasionally we mention that some colors are good, some colors are bad. But which color is good, which color is bad? Despite the fact everybody is having the color preferences. But no color is bad, no color is good. The color will be good and bad when it will be in combination and it is in a particular application, maybe a design, maybe an atmosphere, anywhere you are using the color. The color scheme or the combination of colors in design should always reflect the purpose of a design as well as the intended target audience for whom you are preparing the color scheme and for what design you want to apply these colors. Colors may be bright, colors may be vivid, colors may be dull, colors may be dark, color may be achromatic. So, as because of there are so many variations of colors and there are millions of colors as I had mentioned in my last lecture, then it is difficult to give the name of the colors and to identify the colors. If I say color is red, which red it is? It is dark red, light red, pale red, orange red. It is very difficult to mention or classify a color red. In order to identify the colors, the graphic designers have identified the 12 colors which are visible distinctively, and they have given a name also. And with the help of these colors, they have developed a color wheel. Let us understand this color wheel which is used for making a color scheme. This is the color wheel. This color wheels, the 12 colors are there. Then if you can name the color, if we start from the top, that is the yellow, yellow green, green, blue green, then green violet, blue green, blue, blue violet, violet, red violet, red, red orange, orange, yellow orange, and finally yellow. These are the 12 colors if we want to give the name of the colors. Now, if we divide this color in two parts, left to right, then you will find the one side of the colors is containing a bit of blue in it. Blue, as we have understood, that blue psychologically gives the feeling of coolness. So that's why all the colors having a bit of blue in it, we call them cool color. And the other side of the wheel, we are having the colors containing a bit of red. As we know, the red gives the feeling of warmness. That's why these are called warm colors. So, we have got two colors, two set of colors, one is a warm colors and another is cool color. The top yellow colors and the bottom colors is the violet color or the intermediate color. It can go either this side or that side. So, when we are making the design, we pick up some colors from one side of the wheel or the other side of the wheel and we combine, that makes a design. So, and this scheme also we have given a name to understand the colors. Despite the fact we can make thousands of color scheme, but these are the basic format of color scheme. Let us see what are the way we can we can make a scheme. The first scheme we call it a complementary color scheme. Complementary colors are opposite to each other on the color wheel. That means, if we take some colors from left hand side and some color from right hand side, that is cool and color, if we make a scheme, we call them complementary scheme. Naturally, it has got some effect in a design. It creates a tremendous contrast, often successful in attracting attention. So, any design we want to attract attention of the viewers, then perhaps complementary color scheme will be ideal. But there are some problem in it. The colors, if these colors are in same proportion in a design, then it can create a flickering effect. That means, eyes are moving from one place to another place very frequently, or the people cannot take rest in a design, and that is why the understanding the message is often difficult. It is just like, and if you are visiting a mela, and mela, so many activities are happening here and there, and people will be going from this place to this place, this place to this place, and not concentrating on anything. That is a negative effect of complementary scheme. Now, when you are using this scheme in a design, control the proportion or orderly movement of eye over the design. What do we mean by proportion? Maybe some portion of the color will be larger, some may be slightly smaller. So, that larger portion will attract the attention, then after that subsequently it will go to the next one, or gradual movement, that larger to smaller or bright to dull and less prominent one. That is the way you can make a scheme of complementary color scheme. This scheme is appropriately used in sports events, fabrics, restaurants, posters and hoarding. The sports events, you will find always it is so bright, people are with brightful colors and the atmosphere is very bright. The fabrics, very colorful fabrics always attract attention when you are going for shopping in a mall or a shop. Restaurants, not all the restaurants I refer to, it is restaurants, there are the fast food restaurants. Fast food restaurants are for whom? It is for the children or the youth who are fond of bright colors. Take the example of McDonald's is appropriate place for the youth and children, and see the color scheme of that restaurant. The bright posters which are seen from a distance, it is always very colorful. Hoarding also is visible from distance. If these are in color, and it will be able to transmit the message successfully. And first of all, the hoarding should be attracted attention fast, and it will provide a very brief message. The color plays a very important role in hoarding design. This is the example of complementary color scheme. See these colors, and we have chosen the colors, one from the color wheel. So this is yellow, and the blue is very prominently used here, and red violet, these are other colors. that is making the complementary scheme, and all are bright color. And we have used a background from dark to light, that is black to white, on which color can be stand out. In application or in the design, you see this color scheme, the fabrics, and the fantasy has been created by the colors which are bright and all are prominent, each one trying to grab the attention of the viewer. Red, green, blue, violet, all are very prominently used in the design, that is the complementary design. Analogous color scheme. This color scheme is very popular for some designs. How do you explain the analogous color scheme? Colors that are adjacent to each other on the wheel. That means, if you take the cool color, maybe green, blue and blue-green, then it will be a analogous scheme. On the other side of the wheel, red, orange, yellow, red-orange, that also will be analogous scheme. So, all these warm colors will create the analogous, and all the cool colors also create analogous. Analogous color schemes are effective for some design where people want to take rest in a design, look the design very quiet way and feel comfortable in the atmosphere. Take the example, you are spending your holidays in a hill stations, see the atmosphere you are having, that is a analogous color scheme. Or take the atmosphere of the just after winter, you find that new leaves are coming and people are, some of the trees are having leaves are dried and become yellow and brown. That also make a color scheme, and it will be called analogous color scheme. Definitely, because of a lack of contrast, many times you sometimes feel passive in a design. Passive means don't find any movement in a design, but you feel very comfortable in the design. Here also play the proportion of the colors, which color should be given prominent and which color should be less prominent. Take the example of the color scheme. Here we have taken the three colors from one side of the wheel, that is blue, green and blue-green, that is creating the analogous or soothing color or harmonious color. Harmony comes from the colors which are containing a bit of particular color in all the colors. That is why it is creating harmony. That is called harmonious or analogous color scheme. As because it is passive, then here also proportion plays a big role, which one should be given prominent and which one should be given less prominency. In a design, see this analogous color scheme. It is a bright colors but analogous. Why? Because all this yellow, orange and brown and creating a scheme. That is why it is an analogous scheme. Split complementary. The complementary color scheme is splitted or divided, in which you select a particular color, identify the complement of it, then take the two adjacent color of that complement. That will be your split complementary. That is, if you are identifying the yellow color and your opposite color will be violet, which will be the complement of the violet? Then it is one side it will be blue violet and other side it will be red violet. The red violet and the yellow will make the complementary color scheme. This color scheme are very subtle and not shocking like complementary color scheme. And many viewers will enjoy this color scheme because it will not create much of flickering effect as you have found in complementary color scheme. Here you can stay in the design and also you find the colors and you enjoy the colors. Not much of negative effects you will find it in designs. The many color scheme, many schemes or many design will be utilize this color scheme not only for attracting attention, but also get the message clearly, as because it is much more eye pleasing and also it is provocative for attracting attention. This is the split complementary color scheme. The split, as I have explained, the yellow, what is the opposite of yellow color, that is a violet, who is a complement. But we have not taken the complementary color. We have taken we have divided in two parts. That is, one side is blue violet, another side is red violet. That is making the scheme, and we have created the proportion in it. Yellow is very prominently shown over here, so that you can the color can be attract attention. Then after that you can feel comfortable in the scheme. See this design. All the colors are very provocative. You can find the colors, even then the background colors which are helping the main colors to stand out in a design. That in that situation where you want to make a color stand out and other colors can be little bit subdued, that is the effect of split complementary color scheme. Dark color. These are colors which are taken from the color wheel, but it is made dark by using black hue or darker hue of the wheel, that makes the colors dark. Naturally, it gives the feeling of heaviness, most legible, and help the basic colors retain its identity. Many colors lose their distinction in dark. Use information bearing elements in dark colors, that is in design. Now, you will have to understand the information bearing element and non-information bearing element. In a design, colors, pictures, graphic shapes are the non-information bearing elements, whereas typography, pictures are information bearing elements. So, you use color, though the colors has the very good effect in a design, but color is subordinate to designs. Dark colors are used not only to show the object in colors, but also the information in color. But if this information is within the dark, if it is not very bright, then it will sink within the color scheme. Take the example of the color scheme. Here, brown, yellow, and dark blue. Brown, yellow, and dark blue making the color scheme. All the colors are dark except the yellow colors. So, yellow colors will stand out in the color scheme, but the other colors will be very heavy, but it will help to give the accent to the yellow colors. In a design, you can see this, the color of the car. The color of the car and the surroundings, it's so dark, even then that the object is prominently visible. But the information bearing element, which are the information bearing elements are there? The car of the year, it is written and it is light color, that is why it is stand out. But the color, the object like car, it is very dark, even then it is easily visible and give the feeling of the product, oh, it is not a light things. So, anything you want to give a feeling of heaviness like motor car, like motorcycle, like railway locomotives, metro tracks, all these things if you want to show in color, then this color should be heavy, so that you get the feelings of the heaviness of the colors. This is also an example of dark colors, but here you can see the design of the dress. So many colors you will find in this, but these colors are submerged within the dark colors. But basic information is prominently visible because it is making a lighter color. Monochromatic color scheme. Chrome means color, monochrome means single color. The scheme with single colors, we call it monochromatic scheme. But how can I make a scheme when a single color? Yes, you can make the scheme with various tone of these colors, then it will be called monochromatic scheme. White is contrast but soothing, despite the fact white of the scheme is a contrast, but it is soothing if we make the different, if we create the different tonal value of that particular scheme. Most cases transmit message successfully. The message, if it is message is in white, then it will be able to transmit the message successfully. Negative effect. Color creates a dull gradation of tones. That is the negative effect of this. See this, a particular pictures, if you print in monochromatic, it will not be visible on a page because of lack of contrast. So, definitely it can be used for converting an image to be stand out. Of course, it can be used as a background. And also it can create a desired mood. Monochromatic images are successful when largely used in a background, not for providing information. Take the example of the colors. The blue, light blue and lightest blue. These are the scheme. This scheme is very dull, but if we use this scheme for provide information on this, and it will stand out. So, that is why it is suggested that this color scheme should be used as a background, not for providing any information particularly. In design, you see this design, that the whole design has been created in a blue color and is different tint and tones, and gradually it is fading in the background. The front colors are much more prominent and it is gradually fading in the background. But the identity of the element like umbrellas, the lady at the background, it is not visible clearly because of lack of contrast. That is the problem of this design. But if this design is used at background, then it will be very useful. Triad color scheme. Triad color scheme is another interesting color scheme in which the combination of three colors that are approximately equidistant on the color wheel, points of an imaginary equilateral triangle on the wheel can find the colors. Take this example, go to this example, see the color wheel, and we have drawn that triangle, and that triangle, the one triangle is showing the colors, that is the top is yellow and left side orange, red, and right side is blue. This is the color scheme. But this particular design is created by if you rotate the triangle, then it will touch the yellow orange, and blue green, and the blue. These are the color, the yellow orange, green, and yellow orange and violet. These three colors will make the scheme. So it has some characteristics of analogous and some characteristics of split complementary, and many times it is successful in providing the message. This is also a color scheme which is come under this triad scheme. The blue, orange, red, brown, all this can create the color scheme, but it is also dangerous if it is not used imaginatively. It will be viewed at tasteless. Suppose if you make a room and one of the walls is very bright blue color, another is bright very bright red colors, the curtain is in yellow color. This is a triad scheme, but these colors will be very uninteresting and looked tasteless. To avoid these things, what you can do, subdue the color by mixing a gray or white in it. Then it will be much more soothing, as we have done in this particular design. Soft color scheme. This color scheme is made not from the color wheel, but by making the colors light. And how you can make this color light? Use this color, make this gray colors or white with a pure hue, then it will be very light. It has got some positive effects. It reduces tension and creates a dreamy mood. It is better than the monochromatic scheme. In monochromatic, only single color. In this scheme, we can find the colors, but they are very subdued, dull, and that is why it is a bit passive, but create a dreamy mood. Take the example that all these colors, the yellow, red, and green, we have made this color dull because the vividness of colors is missing here. But sometimes we can enjoy this color scheme when we want to create a dreamy mood, and what are the situation we can make it, like ice cream. The ice cream, the cream should be in a dreamy mood. Take this example of this advertisement. We are talking about the chandan soap, or chandan is applied for naturopathy. What type of feeling you can get it? It is soothing, soft, and feel comfort. The color scheme is giving that comfort to your viewers, and immediately you can identify the product and you can feel the effect of this product. That's why that dull color scheme or the soft color schemes is ideal for this type of design. Monotone. Monotone is different from monochromatic color scheme. Monotone is the single color, but not color, black. Black is not considered as color. If we make the various tones of colors on white and we make a scheme, that will be called monotone color scheme. Monotone color schemes are very effective in the absence of color, because it can give the feeling of or the illusion of 3-dimension or 2-dimensional surface. Take an example of the photographs. If the photographs is in color, if it can be printed in, it can be printed or it can be created eliminating all the colors, but retain is tonal value in black and different levels of gray, and you can feel the object and its tonal value. So this monochromatic scheme is very effective many times in absence of color, monotone color scheme. And here it transmits message successfully. Only negative effect of this color scheme is the colorless, but colorless also provide information. Take the example of this color scheme. The white is very prominent and black and the gray. That is the color scheme. In a design, we can see this, you have seen this monochromatic scheme and this monotone scheme. The monotone scheme is much more prominent in compared to monotone. Monotone is dull, but monotone is bright and monochrome is dull. So many designs can be successful only monotone scheme. Take the examples of a book where only the black letters are there, background white, and it is much more legible, you can read it. If the picture is in black and white, you can be able to identify the black object with its tones very easily. In printing also, this color scheme is very effective because you can get the information without using the other colors, where in printing it is become very expensive, because each color you are printing, that means extra cost is involved. That is why many designs in black and white can replace the color design. Why? Because it provides the basic information. Now, colors perspective. In a color scheme, you can show the perspective. That first of all, you will have to understand the perspective. The apparent relations between the visible objects in a relation to distance. Anything you perceive in distance, that is we call perspective. The person is standing in front of a railway track. Then the railway tracks will be looking narrower and narrower, narrower, and it will vanish at the level of eye. The basic theory is that everything we see, that ultimately in distance it will disappear on the horizon or at your eye level. That is the basic theory of the object. But in case of colors, the colors also, when you see from a distance, from the front, the colors is completely visible, and as it go away from you, it will gradually, it will disappear in the background. So keeping this thing in mind, we'll have to prepare a color scheme.
So when talking about the color schemes, with the help of you, we are able to understand that why color schemes are important and how they help us in designing. What are the color schemes which are required to be kept in mind?
The color scheme, always it will be depends on your audience and the effect you want to create. That is a color scheme. Your audience. Suppose you are thinking of the children. Children, naturally, you cannot think of very dull color for the children. Children are playful. Children are jumping here and there. Then naturally, a color scheme for the children will be bright colors. But if you think of a old man with colorful color, perhaps it will not very effective. At the same way, if we use the colors for so the colors perspective, the color in distance, as I have explained, the object will be gradually vanish or disappear at the horizon. Same with the colors. It will be very prominent in the front and gradually it loses its color as we go further away from you or from your eye. But one thing to remember, the color will be disappear faster than the object. The object will remain a bit when it is at the distance, but color is disappear very fast. So keeping this in mind, we'll have to create the distance. To understand the distance of colors, we have some examples. A background has been created black to white, black gradually changing to white, and in between the gray colors. So if we place the blue color on the black, then it will be vanishing or it will be disappeared or it will sink within the black. That means it is going away. As you coming to you, then it will be that middle one, it is much more nearer than the background one. Then the front one again is very nearer. So this is the distance, you can feel it. The distance of the same color, same shape, in the distance it will be disappear, at the middle it will be slightly visible, and at the front it will be more visible, and blue color is concerned. But in case of yellow color, it will happen opposite. See this yellow color, against the black, it is much more prominent, it is near to you, and it is slightly nearer when it is middle, but it is completely disappear when it is white, because the background colors is helping the other colors that whether it is near or it is further away. Same way the red color is on the black, it is slightly distance, and in the front one it is much more nearer. It is why it is happening. It is happening because the tonal value of the color, the tonal value black, tonal value of black and tonal value of red, it is almost similar. That's why it is disappearing. To understand all the colors and this tonal value, make a strip of the color in color and place a rectangle on these colors. You can see which one is much near, which one is further away. In dark color, the dark colors are going away and the lighter colors is coming in front of you. In the yellow color is going away, or the red color is coming in front of you, and blue color also in front of you. And the other blue colors is slightly going to distance. This is the way we feel the color in distance. Here you can see this red color, and if we place this red color, it is so prominent, and the shape will be there, the red will be there, but it is becoming smaller, and it is going further, and it is going to disappear, and at the end the color is completely disappeared, but slightly shape is visible. As I have mentioned that shape, the color will disappear faster than the shape. And same with the case of, see the waves of the mountains or whatever it may be, that front one is much more visible, then it is gradually going further away from the you. So if you stand in front of the in front of a landscape, and where the trees are visible much more prominently, and it will be gradually vanish as it is going further away. Leaves are much more clearer in front of you, but leaves will be gradually fade away in the background while it is going to the distance. That is the way we prepare the perspective in design. We'll have to get some guidelines from the color experts if you are using the colors for your design. First of all, know your working environment. What do you mean environment? You are working on computer, and computer screen is giving you the color, and these colors are viewed as we have mentioned in my last class. These are physical properties of color. In physical properties colors, these colors are luminous colors because colors are illuminated inside the computer. Then we can view the colors. So that is a working environment. So naturally, this environment will be different when you are painting a color with the pigment colors on a paper, or you are printing a page in color. Then also that is another environment, and also you are in a natural environment, or also you are printing color on photo paper. So all these environments are different. So this difference should be understood, then only work on color. In the computer also, the one monitor colors is different to another monitor. So not necessarily the colors you want to create, the other monitors will be able to accept the same colors. So that understanding is required. So in that for that you'll have to know the you'll have to have the bit of computer knowledge. Don't use color for the sake of its association. Many times, okay, coffee we use the coffee color. We use vegetables or vegetation or green field with green color. Or sometimes we feel, oh, freshness of vegetables is green. But naturally, if you want to take the same association for identify the pastry or pizza, will it give the freshness of pizza and pastry? Black is associated with death or mourning, or black with devil, but not necessarily. You cannot. It can associate with black in advertising. It is a beauty. Black would stand out in an advertising. So that's why association should not be used for all the color scheme. Select colors with reference to your intended audience and the type of effect you would like to create. Your audience may be people of Rajasthan. As I had mentioned, Rajasthan people, they use very bright colors, vibrant colors, and complementary colors. If we want to use a color scheme for a festival, then naturally it should be bright and complementary color scheme is much more preferable. And type of effect you want to create. You want to effect that people should laugh and joy in this color scheme, then this color scheme is fit. But you want to make it passive, soothing, stay in a design, then maybe monochromatic or analogous color schemes is preferable. Do not use color for the sake of colors. That is, you want to make a colors, a wall to be painted, and you want to make it very bright because you like blue color, but you will not be able to feel comfortable in this dark blue color room. You will be choked, you will be suffocated. That make these things soothing so that you will feel comfortable in that design. Try to differentiate between background color and information color. I have already mentioned that information colors are the colors which is giving information, that types in colors, object in colors, human being in colors. These are the objects, they are giving you information. Whereas if you have the background, then the background, don't make it loud so that it may not overpower the color of the information bearing element. Then allow the information bearing element to stand out. Keep the color harmony by using analogous or monochromatic color scheme. Emphasis should be given on one of the hues to avoid dullness. So we have seen that monochromatic color scheme or analogous are often dull, but if you are to create an atmosphere or give the information in this color scheme, then give the emphasis to these colors so that it can stand out. We have understood colors, perspective in colors. The perspective colors should be used with the design elements to be perceived in a distance. So we have elaborately discussed colors perspective. That point should be kept in mind while the design should be perceived in distance. Too many colors, particularly when they lack common elements, kill the design. Limit the number of colors. Allow one of the colors to dominate the design. Will you enjoy a newspaper which is full of colors, here and there, types in colors, headlines in colors, photographs in colors, and behind the types also colors? This will make the color scheme very uninteresting, and people will not be able to find comfortable to read the information provided in the newspaper. Or you are sitting in a room where a color, a wall is painted into another color is splash of colors, and another painting is hanged on the wall, which is very colorful, but it is haphazardly, it is given. You will not be able to find comfort in that color scheme. So a color scheme should be used cautiously, and space occupied by the colors should be depends on what type of information you want to provide in that particular design. If the colors is dominating, then you may not be able to find the information very easily in a design. Use most familiar color to convince the conventional audience. Sometimes a design is created in which natural objects we have changed the colors. Take an example, fruits in gold color, trees in violet color. It may create a fantasy, but a conventional audience will not be able to enjoy it. When you think about tree, always think about green color. When the fruit is concerned, either yellow or the orange or the red, whichever color is the fruit of the particular design. So you will not be able to convince the conservative or the conventional audience. Conventional audience will be able to get the designs when it is in the natural colors. Gold color is rich color. Silver color is also rich colors. If the object to be shown very rich, then the gold color can be or silver color should be used lavishly, and the other elements should be used on the gold color in a such a way that the information bearing element should not sink within the gold color. Many times, corporate brochures, wedding cards, greeting cards, we use this color lavishly, or a product, premium product like cosmetic items and old wine, all these things, we use these colors to give a premium look. But types in gold and silvers is illegible. Many times you will find that a color, you have given a light colors, a gray colors, on which you have typed or printed type in silver colors, which will not be visible. So if the colors to be visible, don't use this information bearing element in gold and silver. Make appropriate color combination for desired effect, that is analogous, complementary, dark color scheme, soft color scheme, please complementary for desired effect, because as I have already mentioned, no color is bad, no color is good. That is the thing should be kept in mind, because all the colors will be good or black only when they are in a combination or in a scheme. That will be called the good color or bad color.
Definitely every color has its importance. Keeping this in mind, I believe that all the students who might have watched this lecture would be benefited. And dear friends, if you want to access this particular lecture, then I would like to tell you all that very soon we are going to upload this lecture on YouTube, with the help of which you can see this lecture number of times you wanted. If you have any queries, then you can mail us at info.cc@nic.in, and we would be meeting again, and we would be discussing on graphics and print productions once more in our future session. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much.